People are assholes. You know, it's funny because initially this video was supposed to be entitled, I'm an asshole. But before I got a chance to record it, something happened to remind me that it's not just me, it's people in general. Unfortunately, it's human nature to be an asshole. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying everyone is a gigantic asshole who just goes around being a dick to everyone. What I'm saying is being an asshole is part of human nature, but it's kind of like autism. It's a scale, it's a sliding scale. And some people are higher on the asshole scale, some people are lower on the asshole scale. And your inner asshole will come out in different situations for different people at different times. So I'm not saying everyone is an asshole all the time. I'm saying everyone is an asshole in certain situations at certain times, including myself. So, I'm not trying to attack anyone. I'm just being realistic. So initially, what this video was supposed to be about was how I realized recently that I'm an asshole. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about the kind of asshole who just goes around and is mean to everyone and just doesn't care about anyone. The typical asshole. That's not what I'm referring to. What I'm referring to is the fact that I've chosen to tell the truth above everything else because I believe that is incredibly important. However, in certain situations, that makes me an asshole. For example, when it comes to my condition, to everything that I'm going through, I know that every time I share some details of that with my wife, it hurts her. Yet, I promise to always be honest with her and always share everything that's going on with her. But as a result of doing that, I cause her pain, I cause her sadness. And that makes me an asshole because I put my desire to tell the truth, I put my desire to avoid feeling bad for lying to people above other people's feelings. Because it's like, okay, I could downplay things. I could choose not to share certain things with my wife, and that would cause her less pain, less sadness. But I choose not to do that because I prefer telling the truth. I believe it's more important, and it's what we agreed to. But, in a way, it does make me an asshole. And obviously, I'm a human being just like everyone else. So there's obviously other situations in which I'm an asshole. And I recently realized that. So, I thought it was interesting to kind of understand that about yourself, and I thought I'd share it. But before I got a chance to do that, this morning, in fact, I got a nice reminder that it's not just me. It's just human nature to be an asshole. So, this has happened many times before in many different forms. But this was just a small example. And what happened was, 2 days ago, I recorded a video entitled, Last Night Was Horrible. That video got about, 2,000 views. Now it's the second day, so it got a little over 2,000 views. And then the night after that was actually a pretty good night. So I made another video entitled, Last Night Was Not Horrible. And that video got less than 1,000 views. Yes, it was published 24 hours later than the first one, but most of the views come in the first 24 hours, so there's no way that that second video will ever get as many views as the first video. Now, that is not really important. This channel has never been about views, about comments, about likes, about any of that. It's always been about me authentically sharing my story as I go through it, and also about recording everything I'm going through so that when it's all over and I write a book about it, well, I can go back, rewatch the videos, and not only be reminded of everything that happened, but also, see how I was dealing with it at the time, hearing myself share it, and, how I'm feeling, how I'm expressing myself at the time will be a nice reminder of what I was going through. So that's, in and of itself, it's not a big deal that one video got less views than the other. It's just the fact that this was a reminder that, in general, people prefer when bad things happen to you than when good things happen to you. And you get more views, you get more likes, you get more comments when bad things happen to you. And that's what I mean by it's just human nature to be assholes. And in certain situations, our inner asshole is going to come out more than in others. So let's take another example. In real life, if I was to share my story of like, hey, got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, I was told it's incurable, I choose to believe. Sorry. Sorry. I choose to believe that I'm going to be okay. That somehow I'm going to survive and I'm going to be cured of this. Now, a lot of people would disagree with that, but in real life, face to face, most people would not say that. Whereas online, if I share that, there's a lot of people who believe that will say and be like, hey, you're an idiot. You're going to die. Accept it. That has happened in the past. So in certain situations, especially online, people are much more sincere than they are in real life. And, obviously that varies on the person, it varies on the situation and everything, but I do believe that deep down, all of us are assholes to a certain degree, and that asshole version of ourselves comes out in certain situations at certain times. So it's just, I don't know, it was just a funny reminder to me how it's like, I'm going to make a video sharing how I'm an asshole, when in fact, it's like, yes, I am. Don't get me wrong, that has not changed. But it's just like, that does not make me unique. It's not like I'm out of the ordinary because of that. Everyone is an asshole. It's just who we are as humans. And in a way, it's kind of sad. But at the end of the day, it's like, good things, bad things. At the end of the day, it's all part of being human. Let's just accept it, make the most of it, and move on. Even though, ironically, I guess that by making this video, I'm kind of proving the contrary, but whatever. The whole point is to share the journey, the experiences, the realizations, everything that I'm going through. So yeah, no offense to you, but you're an asshole. I'm an asshole. Person sitting, well, if there's someone sitting next to you, person sitting next to you is probably an asshole too. It's just part of human nature. So, from one asshole to another, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you at some point in the future.